In the last standard, 2A, we learned how to read and write algebraic expressions. In standard 2B, it wants you to identify parts of an expression. So if you thought that last standard was easy, you are going to love this standard. The whole purpose of this standard is just to identify the different parts of an expression. Terms to know. A term or terms is each part of an expression between the operation signs plus or minus, and all those are a term. A coefficient is a number used to multiply a variable, and a variable, which we talked about in the last standard, is a symbol for a number we don't know yet, usually a letter like X or Y. And then your constant, a number that is on its own. The way I always like to remember this, it's constantly alone. So when you have a constant, it is constantly alone. It's just hanging out. It's over there by itself. Okay? So 7x plus 3. First step, identify the terms. There are two terms. It is everything in the problem. 7x and 3 are your terms. It's everything that makes up the problems besides the operation symbols. So in this case, your terms are 7x and 3. Step 2, describe the terms. The first term shows multiplication, which is 7 times x. 7x is the product of 7, the coefficient, and x is the variable. The second term is the number 3. So once again, the two terms are 7x and 3. Step 3, identify the operations, separate the terms. Well, that's easy. It's addition. Addition gives the sub of the two terms in the expression. Step 4, 7 times x and 3. The sum of 7 times x and 3. Now, the one thing we did not talk about, I'm going to go back to slide 1, is this. 7 is our coefficient. For now on in mathematics, you will not hear me say the number being multiplied by the variable. You will hear me say the coefficient. The coefficient in this problem is 7 because it is being multiplied by the variable. The variable, of course, is the letter, which is x, and then your constant, which in this case is 3. 3 is alone in the problem. So, coefficient, number being multiplied by the variable, which is 7. The variable, the letter in the problem, is x. And then your constant, the number that is off by itself, is 3. Now, let's look at this one. 3c minus 4. The terms. The terms are 3c and 4. The operation sign separating the two terms is subtraction. The coefficient, the number that is separating, the number that is being multiplied by the variable, is 3. The variable, in this case, is c. And then your constant is 4. So what you have to remember here is this. Coefficient, number being multiplied by the variable. Variable, the letter in the problem, and then the constant, the number that is alone in the problem.